steadily increased, paving the way to generate more inventions and innovations to boost productivity in the country's agri-aqua enterprises and industries. Unfortunately, these new technologies have not been fully transferred, utilized, and commercialized by their intended users. Filipinos, particularly farmers, fisher folks, and potential investors are largely unaware of these breakthroughs that could result to sustainable and inclusive development in the country. Strengthening partnership with the private sector as well as intellectual property protection and better coordination among concerned and allied agencies are also considered as important factors in achieving exponential growth in the AANR sector. With this, the Department of Science and Technology, through the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, established the DOST-PCAARRD Innovation and Technology Center, or DPITC. DPITC serves as a platform for technology transfer and commercialization. It is a one-stop-shop convergence hub for investors and technology users in the AANR sector in the Philippines. Strategically located in the Los Baños Special Science and Nature City in Laguna, DPITC serves as a link for different stakeholders from the academe, private sector, NGOs, and international partner institutions to strengthen and forge new public-private partnerships for technology commercialization. DPITC's main thrust is to enhance the transfer and commercialization of AANR technologies. It has 4 service hubs. The Technology Business and Partnership Hub provides networking, strategic partnership, and technology business services. The Knowledge Management Hub houses the Internet Cafe and digital library services. The Science and Technology Promotion Hub showcases the technologies and innovations generated by R&D projects in the AANR sector. The Innovation Services Hub serves as a venue for capacity building initiatives, trainings, meetings, and conferences. With its state-of-the-art facilities and capable experts pool, DPITC takes the lead in ensuring that PCAARRD's technology portfolio will be properly evaluated, protected, and made available, thus enhancing the livelihood and business opportunities in the AANR sector for a more competitive, sustainable, and inclusive Philippine economy. Here at DPITC, we determine and assess the commercial potential of technologies for the AANR sector. We protect intellectual properties of R&D technologies. We increase client awareness through our knowledge management system, e-library, and strategic communication. We transfer technologies from market study to business plan to valuation and market matching, even providing transfer incentives. DPITC will be of assistance and support to various stakeholders in the AANR sector. And we capacitate stakeholders by conducting training and strengthening partnerships with different institutions, both in the public and private sectors as well as international organizations. This is what we do in DPITC. We develop, we protect, we inform, we transfer, we facilitate commercialization. DPITC, bridging inventions to innovations.
Sari buhay, sari buhay, sari buhay, sari buhay. Sa sari buhay lahat tayo'y magkakaugnay. Sa tulong ng agham at teknolohiya, hawak natin ang tagumpay. Ang kalikasan ay kayamanan, ang pagkalinga ng Sari buhay, sari buhay, sari buhay, sari buhay.
na kami pumakno nga nibiyagan nindat mo. Idatanda kami bikan mangat na pinhud mo. Dawat nilinggop hino aya tuboblemi. He ay makiwada-wada kida kami. He ay makiwada-wada kida kami.
Hey ay makiwada-wada, hey ay makiwada-wada kita.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wal barakatuh. Salam pa mga kiaulungan sin Tuhan. Pianaugan niya Nabi Iban Quran. Kasilasan niya sa plag pakatilingkal alam. Maglasa kita niyo bat kumanang. Mbo Tuhan, tunggal nu sa sangdolan kami. Buwanin kami rijiki maglabi-labi. Lausangom rahmat nu subay pinugji. Hangkan kita bi subay magkasih-kasih.
Sa ngalan Pangurungan, pangutuyong Espiritong kalatag nun.
Pangurumon kang usalat, pangkalikupanan. Pangurumon kang pangirayan, pagkang walay sikog balantang nga makagululang. Pangurumon kang sinlakan, pangurumon kang apagatang, pangurumon kang masakpan, pangurumon kang suwadang, pangurumon kang panguloy, pangirayon, pangitoon, pangitoy, wat kang walay sikog balantang nga makagululang.
Diyos na mapagpala, hiling namin ang pagpapalaganap ng kaalaman sa bawat nilalang.
Panginoon, dinggin mo kami.
O Diyos ng awa, bigyan mo kami ng kakayahan sa pagtataguyod ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa bawat isa.
Panginoon, dinggin mo kami.
O Diyos na mapagkahinga, mangyaring ikawan ang pagpapaunlad ng kalikasan ng tao sa mundo.
Panginoon, dinggin mo kami.
O Diyos na pag-ibig, tulutan mo ang aming bansa ng pagkakaisa at pagkakaunawaan sa gitna ng pagkakaiba-iba.
Panginoon, dinggin mo kami. Panginoon, dinggin mo kami. Panginoon, dinggin mo kami. Sa ngalan Pangurungan, pangutuyong Espiritong kalatag nun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DOST-PCAARRD's 10th anniversary celebration with the theme Harnessing the Gains of GALING-PCAARRD Towards a More Resilient AANR Sector. I am Joel Enristo Coven of the Applied Communication Division, and I will be your host for this morning. So starting off our celebration is a message from the PCAARRD Deputy Executive Director for Research and Development. So let's welcome Dr. Feliciano G. Calora Jr.
Good morning, everyone. Most especially to Secretary Fortunato de la Peña, Undersecretary Rowena Guevara, to our partners from the higher education institutions, the Regional Research and Development Consortia, the awardees, guests, and participants of this virtual event. On behalf of the men and women from the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, I am honored to welcome everyone to the 2021 PCAARRD S&T Awards and Recognition Ceremony with the theme, Harnessing the Gains of GALING-PCAARRD Towards a More Resilient Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Sector. We are celebrating this occasion virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Next year, we are hoping for better conditions so we can celebrate this event face-to-face. With pandemic or any catastrophe, PCAARRD is capable of coping and adapting to current situations. So we are celebrating this event virtually. Indeed, we have many reasons to celebrate. The past year has been blessed with so much accomplishments despite the pandemic. Today, we recognize excellence, we honor partnership, and we celebrate science, technology, and innovation. We acknowledge the men and women behind them. And most of all, we remember the people they were designed for. After all, we facilitate agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources solutions to promote science, technology, and innovation for the Filipino people. Today, we honor our scholars and partners, scientists, research and development workers, and media persons for their untiring efforts and contribution to advance and promote science and technology in the sectors for agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources. We recognize our scholars for successfully completing their postgraduate degrees under the GREAT program. We honor our scientists and research and development workers for their resilience and patience to conduct research under pandemic conditions. We acknowledge the awardees of the Best Research and Development Papers for the Research and Development category, the EOTAN Awards for Best Research Publications in Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources, and the Ulat SIPAG Awards for Best Print and Broadcast Media Works. To everyone, as our loyal, resilient partners, we look forward to our journey together to a better future, to harness the gains of GALING-PCAARRD towards a more responsive and resilient agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources sector. At this point, let me thank all the experts that comprise the various external committees who did the rigorous task of evaluating the entries or nominees to select the best from the best. Many are called, but a select few are chosen. I know you are all excited to hear the messages of our top guns from the Department of Science and Technology. Secretary Fortunato de la Peña, Undersecretary Rowena Guevara, and our very own Executive Director, Reynaldo Ebora, and to know the winners of the various Science and Technology Awards. Again, I welcome everyone to this virtual event. Good morning and good day to everyone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Calora, for your message. Today, we are also honored with the presence of the Department of Science and Technology Secretary, Dr. Fortunato T. de la Peña, and the Undersecretary for Research and Development, Dr. Rowena Cristina L. Guevara. So let us watch and listen to their message of support and inspiration.
Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña, Executive Director Reynaldo V. Ebora, the PCAARRD management team and staff, the RRDCC chairpersons and regional R&D consortium directors, officials and researchers from consortium member institutions, participants from higher education institutions, research and development institutions, our friends in media, the awardees. It is my pleasure to join everyone in this momentous event. Magandang agham po sa ating lahat. First, allow me to congratulate all the awardees today. I admire your passion, dedication, and perseverance in your work. In these uncertain times, it matters a lot because the output of your work will provide the seed to help us all recover from this pandemic. For almost 2 years now, COVID-19 pandemic has been distressingly affecting everyone: the government, the economic sectors, the health sector, communities, households, and individuals. No one is spared, even worldwide. Amidst the extraordinary challenges and uncertainties, we in government, as servants of the people, are under pressure to contribute in managing the impact and consequences of the pandemic, ones that will shape a better world in our future. Fortunately, by the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the DOST-PCAARRD's Industry Strategic S&T programs, or ISPs, have already produced numerous technologies and innovations through its partners in the National Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development System, or NARDS. These technologies and innovations have PCAARRD ready to immediately respond to the needs of the affected sectors and alleviate their conditions. These were deployed through the GALING-PCAARRD contra COVID-19 program. More than a year later, and looking forward to a total healing, the DOST-PCAARRD is leveling up the GALING-PCAARRD program as a flagship program. The program will continue to search and provide S&T-based solutions to harness the gains of good agri-aqua livelihood initiatives towards national goals, or GALING, and towards a more resilient AANR sector, enabling the sector to fully fulfill its multifunctional roles in food security, livelihood, and environmental sustainability, among others. Transforming the AANR sector is essential in the post-pandemic. GALING-PCAARRD, or GALING-PCAARRD, through the new PCAARRD Industry Strategic S&T program roadmaps, will continue to harness the potential of the current technological revolution, that is, Agriculture 4.0, or technological innovations such as the Internet of Things, cloud computing, big data, artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, nanotechnology, unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones, among others. Understandably, however, while these technologies can play an important role in achieving enhanced productivity and greater efficiency, they may also pose negative social implications, such as labor displacement, marginalization of small players, security, and privacy issues. To harness only the positive impact of the technological revolution, GALING-PCAARRD will involve 1. Further strengthening of PCAARRD's various technology transfer programs for enhanced national agri-aqua innovation system. 2. Development of inclusive value chains to empower farmers and fisher folks to become entrepreneurs. 3. Science-informed policies for accelerated AANR development. 4. Digital inclusion support to enable the less capable smallholder farms and fisher folks to cope with the information revolution in the digital space. The pandemic uncovered a vast area of kindness in our communities, such as selfless heroism and cooperation for bayanihan. Let us take this lesson in the post-pandemic world. Let us mobilize this goodness in our midst to contribute to the fulfillment of human needs and purposes. I know that receiving an award is just secondary to your desire to find solutions to problems besetting the AANR sector and its stakeholders. DOST and PCAARRD will help you achieve that aspiration. Let us be partners in sustaining the gains that we have thus far achieved, even amidst any pandemic or any challenge or mishap that might befall our country. Let us proactively and collectively shape the future that we want for us and our children through science, technology, and innovation. Let us make R&D, make change happen. Again, my congratulations to all the awardees and congratulations to DOST-PCAARRD on your anniversary. Stay healthy and safe, everyone. Magandang hapon, maraming salamat at muli, magandang agham sa ating lahat.
Undersecretary Rowena Guevara, Executive Director Reynaldo Ebora, PCAARRD Directors, Council and Staff, the RRDCC Chairpersons and Regional R&D Consortium Directors, officials and researchers from members of the National Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources R&D Network, including the state universities and colleges, participants from higher education institutions, research and development institutes, our friends from media, our awardees, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My warmest greetings to all the participants who are virtually present in this special occasion. The SNT Awards and recognition of the Department of Science and Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources, R&D or DOST-PCAARRD, with the theme Harnessing the Gains of GALING-PCAARRD Towards a More Resilient AANR Sector. I would like to commend the members and officers who formed the committee to make this occasion possible. It has been more than a year ago since the whole world got into a war against an invisible enemy, an enemy that has caused fear, anxieties, sickness, and sadly even death to a lot of people in our country and all over the world. This is the COVID-19 virus. On this day, we did not just gather to rejoice the Council's achievements and milestones, but we gather here together to offer these triumphs in honor of the men and women who laid out the foundation of what and where we are today. I am happy and I am proud as I see our people display enduring passion and commitment to their works, proving that despite all challenges we encounter, we are able to demonstrate our strength as one community working hand in hand to carry out our mission. In the past years, DOST-PCAARRD has shown the Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources or AANR sector its capacity to provide strategic leadership in promoting science and technology as a platform for AANR products innovation and environment resiliency. DOST-PCAARRD has enabled a well-capacitated network of researchers from various academic institutions across the country with innovations available for stakeholders through technology transfer initiatives. Banking on our countrymen's resiliency and resourcefulness is not enough. Through these people-centered efforts, relevant researches are being implemented and mature technologies are being utilized all over the country as we race against time to bring scientific solutions to this pandemic. A total of 80 GALING-PCAARRD projects with 16 initiatives and activities were approved by the Council. This has an estimated total investment of 210 million pesos. As of October 2021, there are 49 ongoing projects across the Philippines, 31 in Luzon, 5 in the Visayas, and 13 in Mindanao. In terms of sectoral classification, there are 18 ongoing projects on crops, 7 for aquatics, 5 for forestry, 7 for livestock, and 12 cross-cutting concerns. All of these are being undertaken through the program's components such as Teknolohiya Kaalaman para sa Pamayanan, Lingkod Alalay sa Pamayanan, Pagkain at Kabuhayan sa Pamayanan, DOST-PCAARRD in the regions, Rebuilding the Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources in response to COVID-19, Gulayan sa Pamayanan, and Smart Food Value Chain Program. Specifically, the Smart Food Value Chain Program is an integration of the different initiatives of the DOST agencies, PCAARRD, PCAARRD, ITDI, FNRI, and DOST regional offices in partnership with the state universities and colleges to enhance the food value chain for selected commodities in identified regions. Said program implements key approaches to strengthen the network of stakeholders and processes involved in the production and value-adding activities towards food resiliency in the new normal. We have planted the seeds of these technology-driven solutions more than a year ago. Today, the Good Agri-Aqua Livelihood Initiatives towards national goals, or the GALING-PCAARRD, has started bearing fruit. It is also worth mentioning that during this pandemic, DOST-PCAARRD formulated the policy framework for a resilient agricultural food supply chain, which was later adopted by the Interagency Task Force on Food Security. Based on the wealth of knowledge from policy studies, the policy framework has been crucial in identifying key intervention areas and the needed coordination and partnership. It is one of the foundational frameworks of the DOST and PCAARRD Smart Food Value Chain Program. These are but a few of the good examples of DOST-PCAARRD's initiatives in providing relevant and responsive solutions to pressing problems in the AANR sector. Let me also formally recognize the recipients of the PCAARRD Best R&D Paper Awards, Dr. Elvira Awards, Ugnay Awards, and Ulat SIPAG Awards, who continuously commit to create meaningful science and technology solutions to improve the quality of life of every Filipino. Mabuhay po kayo! I would also like to commend the efforts of our partners in media In this day and age, your role as the primary source of information is a huge compliment to our hard work. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Tayo po ay unti-unti nang nakikilala ng mga tao sa malalayo at liblib pang mga lugar sa ating bansa. With this, I would like to congratulate DOST-PCAARRD and all the people who are responsible for your fruitful years of experience in service of the Filipino. Thank you, and may the wings of science and technology take us to greater heights.
Magandang agham at maraming salamat Yusek Gev and Secretary De La Peña. So ladies and gentlemen, the challenges and disruptions caused by the pandemic did not deter PCAARRD from pursuing its commitment to promote agriculture, aquatic and natural resources, science and technology. So here is DOST-PCAARRD Executive Director, Dr. Reynaldo V. Iborra, who will share with us the year that was for the Council. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Executive Director's report.
Navigating through the challenges brought by the pandemic, we remain committed in addressing the various challenges in the agriculture, aquatic and natural resources or the AANR sector. We have ensured the gradual and safe return to office of our employees, the continuity and timely delivery of services while serving various communities, true to the Filipino bayanihan spirit. As we bring 2021 to a close, join us as we reflect on our priorities, our performance and accomplishment with our partners, and the stories of hope and resilience in the AANR sector. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Today, we would like to highlight our major accomplishments together with our partners despite the challenges and disruption of the COVID-19 pandemic. The actions we took and the programs and projects we have implemented maintain the commitment to the government's national goal and the DOST 11-point agenda. Allow me to share some of the highlights of DOST-PCAARRD's programs and projects. We take pride in the genetic improvement breakthroughs in our native animals such as the Itik Pinas, native pigs and chickens. Recently, we were also able to witness the birth of Pag-asa, the first colt locally produced by pigs embryo transfer. Develop faster growing and bigger queen pineapples and selected fruit fly and anthracnose resistant varieties of mangoes. We have developed tissue culture techniques for mass production of selected bamboo species. On the other hand, about 3,000 coconut hybrids developed with the Philippine Coconut Authority were distributed in several areas in Calabarzon. Likewise, extension workers and farmers were trained on the hybridization technology. Through genomics, we have attained significant strides in characterizing our economically important crops, livestock, forestry species, marine and aquatic resources, which are very useful in developing new products and technologies, as well as in the effective management and use of our biodiversity. We have been contributing to the improvement of production of some commodities through breeding techniques and protocols, and cost-effective feeds, dietary supplements, and additives. For the aquaculture industry, our partners have developed breeding protocol for white shrimp and the use of biofloc technology for improved production. Established the Milkfish Core Satellite Hatchery. Developed cost-competitive aquafeed from Lab, and continued research on dietary supplements derived from coconut and marine diatoms for tilapia. Technologies for seacucumber such as the hatchery protocol for white-teeth fish was developed and culture technology and protocol for stock management of sandfish were refined. We also improved on and produced a manual on environment-friendly culture methods for oysters. To maximize the application of biotechnologies and nanotechnologies in the sector, we developed the quick, reliable, and cost-effective African swine fever virus nanogold biosensor test kit and the Aerobac test kit, a rapid detection kit against bacterial pathogens in tilapia. On the other hand, we supported research on nanocellulose, a promising material for a variety of applications from the wood waste of palkata, yamani, and mangyum. We continue our R&D support for disease diagnosis, control, and management. Several of our accomplishments in crop disease and management include the discovery and development of mass rearing technology of biocontrol agent against coconut scale insects or cocolisa, infestation risk mapping and pest control strategies against the fall armyworm, area-wide management of mango fruit fly in collaboration with the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research or AANR, and the development of the eggplant fruit and shoot borer motion tracking software. Through the DOST-JSBS Joint Research Program, a lump detection assay for causal pathogens of anthracnose, stem end rot, and scab disease in Philippine Carabao mango was developed. We obtained significant results in the biological-based cacao pest management and in the pilot testing of Acticon, a biocontrol for Fusarium wilt in Cavendish banana. Through technological innovations, we supported the development of the following innovative products. Recognizing the economic, ecological, cultural, and scientific value of biodiversity, we have undertaken R&D projects on the assessment, conservation, and sustainable utilization of biodiversity resources in the country. These include the nationwide resource assessment of flora and fauna, leading to the discovery and documentation of various organisms and new significant ecological observations. Recently, we launched the Sari Buhay series, our campaign to showcase our rich biodiversity resources and promote some of the outputs of our terrestrial and marine and aquatic biodiversity programs. We continue to implement our programs on disaster risk and climate change adaptation and mitigation. With climate change, farm-level decisions cannot be based solely on farmers' past experiences. Thus, S&T interventions are introduced for reliable farm management decisions. Among our major programs is the SARAI, which is geared towards reducing climate risk by providing stakeholders with site-specific crop advisories. The R&D roadmap on coastal resiliency in the Philippines was developed through a multi-stakeholder consultation through the SICAP workshop and project, in collaboration with our partners in the UK. Some region-specific climate change projects were also implemented in Calabarzon and the Cordillera Administrative Region. We are also developing hazard detection and mitigation tools for harmful algal blooms and refining our culture production of corals and reef assessment protocols. We are also involved in policy analysis and advocacy, R&D monitoring and evaluation, socioeconomic evaluation and impact assessment, and gender and development. As part of these efforts, we recently launched the Poliscientia to generate more science-informed policies to advance the AANR sector. In support of DOST's Science for Change or S4C program, we have facilitated the implementation of the NICER, CRADLE, and BEAST programs. As of 2021, we have established 20 NICERs for the various priority commodities and biodiversity-related concerns. We have 13 CRADLE projects supporting the private sector in partnership with the academe and research and development institutes. For BEAST, We partnered with the Bioassets Corporation for the implementation of the bridge project. Our major programs under the DOST-PCAARRD Innovation and Technology Center, IPTBM and ATBI, help in capacitating partners in the region. We have validated the effectiveness of different technology transfer modalities such as STC4ID, ATBI, SAFE, and LIFE in various places in the country. Knowledge products are widely disseminated through our growing communication initiatives in print, at the DOST-PCAARRD e-library, and through our social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We launched our virtual exhibit platform, which includes 44 technologies, projects, and services, and 6 smart agriculture and livelihood technologies. We maximize the reach of our online events and the conduct of webinars, virtual pressers, and launch. We remain committed to improving our information systems and knowledge management platform and processes for the AANR sector. The restrictions of the pandemic may have led us to feel disconnected from others, but together with our partners, we have proven that we can be flexible and agile. It is because our 15 regional consortia and its member institutions across the country were able to respond to the needs of various communities at a time when they needed it most. Aside from our local partners, we also continue to strengthen our relationship with our bilateral, multilateral, and international partners. We welcome to our roster of international partners the Asian Institute of Technology, CIRCA, Jiangxi Academy of Forestry, and Jiangxi Academy of Agricultural Sciences, and Michigan State University. We continue to provide technical and financial assistance for successful graduate education and support graduate research within our priority areas. We also developed the PCAARRD Advanced Learning Management Systems, or PALMS, an online platform for asynchronous, non-degree training courses to ensure effective implementation of RDE activities and provide accessible and curated learning experience for our partners. We also continue to promote scientific productivity and knowledge sharing through the Publication Incentives Program. Through the Balik Scientist Program, we encourage Filipino and of Filipino descent experts abroad to help strengthen local institutions, researchers, scientists, and students. Likewise, we continue to support the upgrading of the facilities and equipment of members of the NARDEN for R&D implementation. To address COVID-19 related problems, we launched the GALING-PCAARRD Contra COVID-19 program. The projects and initiative under its different components were able to benefit frontliners, farmers and fisherfolk, students, displaced workers, persons with disabilities, entrepreneurs, communities and associations, public school and hospitals. As we quickly adapted to the new normal, an alternative working arrangement was adopted following policy guidelines on the minimum health protocols. Our human resources also remain committed to their work, going above and beyond, while strengthening the core competencies through participation in various trainings, seminars, and workshops, and continual improvement activities. In 2021, PCAARRD has a total of 330 employees, regular and contractual. Of the 213 regular employees, PCAARRD has now 22 PhDs and 53 masters. DOST-PCAARRD is one of the recipients of the 2021 Civil Service Commission Pag-asa Awards for its significant contribution to the improvement of the innovation ecosystems of the country's AANR sector. Likewise, the Council is also one of the recipients of the 2021 Freedom of Information Awards given during the recently held FOI Summit. The past 2 years have been a challenging period. Through innovation and strategic partnership, the Council was able to reach out with our stakeholders in the AANR sector amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Rest assured that we will sustain our efforts and continue to implement more relevant and responsive programs during these uncertain times. We will also further improve our feedback and evaluation mechanisms to ensure that during and beyond the pandemic, you, our clients, stakeholders, and partners remain empowered through our programs and services. Recognizing the impacts of the GALING-PCAARRD program, we will further expand and strengthen its implementation to better address the needs of the AANR sector. Lastly, we remain highly committed to employee and community welfare, promoting and cultivating social solidarity and innovative culture towards a resilient and future-proof AANR sector. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta sa DOST-PCAARRD. Mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. Naway manatili tayong nasa maayos at ligtas na kalagayan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Iborra. So DOST-PCAARRD packages information materials generated from the results of research and development. So this year, we are launching the following publications. So watch out for those publications that we are launching this year. Now, since 2017, PCAARRD in the Science Education Institute, or SEI, have been implementing the Graduate Research and Education Assistantship for Technology, or the GRADE program. This program helps qualified graduate students complete their degree programs on time and with quality research outputs in pursuit of excellence or galing in their respective fields. So let us recognize the recent completers of the GRADE program.
Please join me in recognizing the Graduate Research and Education Assistantship for Technology Program completers. For Masters of Science, Ms. Maria France de Vergara, graduated MS in Fisheries from UP Visayas, January 2021, with her thesis titled Changes in the Physico-Chemical Properties and Antioxidant Activities During Reduced Salt Fermentation of Green Mussel. Mr. Paul Daniel Ang, graduated MS Meteorology from UP Diliman, January 2021, with his thesis titled Characteristics of the El Niño Southern Oscillation in Climate Forecast System Reanalysis Rainfall and Temperature in the Philippines. Engineer Juan Miguel Parami, graduated MS in Chemical Engineering from UPLB, January 2021, with his thesis titled Optimization of Granulation Conditions and Nutrient Release Characterization of Fertigro and Nanofertilizer. Mr. James Edelbert Ramos, graduated MS in Forestry, Wood Science and Technology from UPLB, January 2021, with his thesis titled Physico-Mechanical Properties of Arc-Laminated Thermally Modified Giant Bamboo. Mr. Darwin Velarde, graduated MS in Molecular Biology and Biotechnology from UPLB, January 2021, with his thesis titled Identification and Validation of Cuticle-Associated Single Nucleotide Polymorphism Markers in Mango. Ms. Hannah Azogi, graduated MS in Horticulture from UPLB, February 2021, with her thesis titled Cacao Phenology and Yield Estimation under Different Philippine Climate Types. Ms. Precious Guevara, graduated MS in Genetics from UPLB, March 2021, with her thesis titled Morphological Characterization and Single Nucleotide Polymorphism Screening of Lycopene beta cyclase and Lycopene epsilon cyclase genes in selected varieties and wild relatives of tomato. Ms. Janina Nicole Feliciano, graduated MS in Environmental Science from UP Diliman, June 2021, with her thesis titled Coral Community Types in Philippine Fringing Reefs and Their Representativeness in Nationally Protected Seascapes. Mr. Rico Martin Dumale, graduated MS in Development Communication from Central Luzon State University, July 2021, with his review article titled Communication Plan for Disseminating Climate-Smart Agricultural Technologies for Sarai Select Crops. Now presenting our completers with Doctor of Philosophy degrees. Dr. Emil John Cabrera, graduated PhD in Environmental Science from UPLB, January 2021, with his dissertation titled Potential Contribution of Nutrio Biofertilizer on Environmental Preservation and Improvement of Farmers' Income in Laguna, Philippines. Dr. Yashir Juma, graduated PhD in Fisheries, from UP Visayas, May 2021, with his dissertation titled Effect of Kiliaha saponin and Kappa carrageenan on Black Tiger Shrimp. Dr. Jill Villanueva, graduated PhD in Crop Protection from University of Southern Mindanao, June 2021, with her dissertation titled Host Reaction of 10 Cacao Clones to Insect Pests and Disease. Dr. Nico Jason Anastasio, graduated PhD in Development Studies from UPLB, June 2021, with his dissertation titled A Case Study on the Effect of Internal Mechanisms and External Pressures on the Role of a Philippine Agricultural Cooperative in Technology Adoption. Dr. Florence Roy Salvania, graduated PhD in Botany from UPLB, June 2021, with his dissertation titled Toxicity of Selected Forages for Goats Raised in Halal Production System in Region 12. We would also like to acknowledge our great alumni whose re-entry projects have been recently approved. Mr. Renario Hentalian from UP Los Baños, with his projects titled Development, Genotyping and Preliminary Evaluation of Genetically Stable Planting Materials of Selected Medicinal Plants, and upgrading of the Crop Breeding and Genetic Resources Laboratory, Institute of Crop Science in UPLB. Ms. Jennifer Dea Una Mendoza, of De La Salle University, under the supervision of Dr. Wilfredo Laquanan, with her project titled Examination of the Impacts of Possible Eutrophication on the Reefs in Tubataha. Again, congratulations to this year's great completers.
Congratulations to our 2021 completers of the GREAT program. So before we proceed to the other highlights of this program, DOST-PCAARRD would like to confer a special recognition to Dr. Alexander R. Madrigal, former Regional Director of the DOST Calabarzon. So let me read the citation. DOST-PCAARRD presents this special recognition to Dr. Alexander R. Madrigal, Regional Director, DOST Calabarzon, for his support and valuable contribution to PCAARRD and its programs during his term as DOST Calabarzon Regional Director from 2006 to 2020. Under his leadership, DOST Calabarzon was able to forge partnership with PCAARRD in pursuing technology transfer initiatives to support various communities in the AANR sector. These include, among others, the testing of the carrageenan for growth and pest and diseases resistance in rice and corn, community empowerment through science and technology program for dairy and community-based forest management, employing hydroponics and vegetable gardening technologies to alleviate COVID-19 threats in the region, and food security response strategies for the Taal volcano eruption victims. Given this 29th day of November 2021 via Facebook Live during the 2021 PCAARRD SNT Awards and Recognition, signed Dr. Reynaldo V. Iborra, PCAARRD Executive Director. Again, congratulations and thank you very much, Dr. Alex Madrigal. Okay, let's proceed. Excellence in agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources research and development, communication, and in the regional consortia still flourish amidst the threats and challenges of the pandemic. So without further ado, we present this year's winners of the SNT Awards.
The Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development values the important role of the mass media in promoting science and technology in the country. With this in mind, the Council launched the Ulat SIPAG Award, which aims to recognize the efforts of media practitioners, particularly in popularizing SNT through print and broadcast. It also highlights media's role in being a link between the SNT sector and its clients in technology promotion, commercialization, and adoption. At the same time, the Ulat SIPAG Award is an effort to boost PCAARRD's branding initiative, which currently focuses on promoting the Strategic Industry Program for Agri-Aqua Growth, or SIPAG.
This year's winners of PCAARRD's array of awards are: in the Ulat SIPAG Awards, we would like to honor our media partners for their contribution in disseminating SNT information and innovation.
For the regional broadcast category, the winners are: second place goes to Roseanne L. Sibag of Kaibigan sa Barangay, DZJV 1458, Radyo Calabarzon. Placing first is Emil June B. de los Santos of Discarte ni Daniel Castro, DZJV 1458, Radyo Calabarzon. For the national broadcast category, the winners are:
in third place, we have Annabel D. Surara of Eat Connect Na, Radio Aguila Eagle Broadcasting Corporation.
Coming in second is Josephine D. Agapito of Pinoy Scientist, Radio Aguila Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Winning first place is Hermelina C. Tenorio of Siyensya Na Teknopa Radio Aguila Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. For the print category, the winners are: in third place is Glendale D. Nazario of the Manila Bulletin. For the second place, it is Angelina B. Resurreccion of the Business Mirror. Achieving the top spot in this category is Julio P. Yap Jr. of the Daily Tribune. Mr. Julio P. Yap Jr. is also the recipient of a special citation in the regional print category for his outstanding work in promoting PCAARRD S&T information and innovations in Panay News.
Through the years, the National Agriculture, Aquatic, and Resources Research and Development Network, or NARDEN member agencies, have generated various research and development information and technologies intended to boost productivity of the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources sectors. To promote the research and development breakthroughs, the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development holds the National Symposium on Agriculture and Aquatic Resources Research and Development, or NSARD. The NSARD provides incentives to the research and development workers through the PCAARRD Best R&D Paper Awards. The awards honor the outstanding papers in the research and development. The Best R&D Paper Awards aims to encourage Filipino researchers to strive hard in achieving quality research and development activities that contribute to attaining sustainable development in the countryside.
For the National Symposium for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, or NSARD, the winners for the development category are: placing third is Benguet State University's Disaster Risk Reduction of Climate Change Impacts on Vegetable Terrace Farms in Benguet. Bagging second place is Philippine Carabao Center's Sustainable Homegrown Forages and Complete Nutrient Diet towards enhancing growth and milk production of dairy buffaloes in Nueva Ecija and San Agustin, Isabela. Clinching the top spot is University of the Philippines, Mindanao, with its project on improving agricultural extension in conflict-vulnerable areas through the livelihood improvement through facilitated extension, or LIFE model. The winners of the research category are: landing in the third spot is the National Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, with zinc biofortification and growth enhancement of rice and corn using zinc solubilizing bacteria. Making it to second place is University of Southeastern Philippines with development of Rosana banana disease surveillance system. Topping this category is saving the imperiled Marilog forests in southern Mindanao, Philippines, inventory, assessment, and conservation for sustainable community utilization of Central Mindanao University.
The Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development recognizes the exceptional contributions of Filipino scientists and researchers in the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources sector. Through the Dr. Elvira O Award, PCAARRD pays tribute to outstanding researchers and prolific writers through the publication of research and development results in reputable scientific or technical journals. To further recognize the contributions of our scientists and researchers in advancing the country's national economic and food security through research and development, the Dr. Elvira O Award covers 3 categories, namely aquatic sciences, agriculture, and natural resources and environment.
For the EO10 Awards, the outstanding published paper in the Natural Resources and Environment category is Soil Sea Quantities of Mangrove Forests, Their Competing Land Uses, and Their Spatial Distribution in the Coast of Honda Bay, Philippines, by the researchers from the AANR Ecosystems Research and Development Bureau, University of Southern Queensland, and Ateneo de Manila University. In Aquatic Sciences category, the outstanding published paper is Predicting Fish Kills and Toxic Blooms in an Intensive Mariculture Site in the Philippines Using a Machine Learning Model, by the researchers from Marine Science Institute, University of the Philippines, Diliman, and the School of Earth Sciences and Environmental Engineering, Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology. And finally, in the agriculture category, the outstanding published paper is Growth Response of Cacao Plant as Affected by Bamboo Biochar and Arbuscular Mycorrhizal Fungi in Sterilized and Unsterilized Soil, by the researchers from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and Cavite State University.
Congratulations to our 2021 S&T Awards winners. So for the information of everybody, in addition to these awards, DOST-PCAARRD will be conferring next year the following awards. Ugnay Award for Most Outstanding Consortium, Pantas Award for Most Outstanding Researcher Scientist and Most Outstanding Administrator, and the Tanglao Award for Most Outstanding Research and Development Institution. So ladies and gentlemen, watch out for further announcements on our updated award guidelines. And now, to facilitate knowledge sharing and innovation among PCAARRD and its partners in the consortia, we are relaunching the Mainstreaming Knowledge Management Program to organize available tacit and explicit knowledge in the AANR network. So learn more about PCAARRD's KM program for the AANR sector. Let's watch this.
Key features of the KM for AANR.ph. Explore connected systems. In the landing page, users can explore connected systems to the portal by clicking the links on the header. Search assets. Using search, users can find relevant output by typing keywords on your topic. The results page will tell you how many assets are relevant. What does your search result tell you? The regional consortium, content type, date, title, brief description, and the author name or institution. You can narrow down results by using the advanced search options. You can also use Filipino terms in your search. We are collating Filipino AANR keywords to train our search engine so you can get search results even if your content is written in English. Customized recommendation. Receive updates by subscribing to our newsletter. Registered users can customize their recommendation. If you are a registered user, go to your profile section, then choose topics of your interest. Subscribers will receive a newsletter once a week. Content management system. This is the admin panel of the system. Site administrators and content managers can manage users and landing page and can contribute AANR assets to the system. They can also manage AANR ontologies on this panel. This helps annotate the data and improve the search experience. Search engine and analytics. The activities of the system and its analytics can be viewed in the dashboard. The dashboard can inform key content management decisions and help monitor and assess the system. Automated data sync from API providers. This enables the system to receive real-time data directly from partner websites through API. The system administrator can adjust the data sync settings.
No one was ready when the COVID-19 pandemic struck and the whole world came to a standstill. Most people lost their lives, their jobs, and even loved ones. With the AANR sector being equally paralyzed, the challenge is to continuously come up with innovations that can weather the effects of this pandemic or any other similar calamity. Hence, the beginning of the GALING-PCAAARRD program.
The variant is more transmissible. Without strong prevention and control measures, without strong therapeutic and immunization.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus.
That patient is a man in his 30s. He is in the hospital here.
Philippines has reported the first death from the new coronavirus.
This is the first case in the country. The patient is currently admitted at a government hospital in Manila.
The DOST-PCAAARRD launched the GALING-PCAAARRD contra COVID-19 program as a quick response to the government-led efforts against the COVID-19 pandemic following the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. GALING, or Good Agri-Aqua Livelihood Initiatives Towards National Goals, is a Filipino term which has many meanings, including healing, excellence, and from. The term resonates with the Council's tagline, Excellence in Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Innovations. It also denotes from, since the new knowledge, technologies, and service offerings are derived from the research and development initiatives supported by DOST-PCAAARRD. From the initial 3 components, the program expanded to better respond to the many impacts of the pandemic. It covered various projects in the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources, or AANR sector. As we transition to the post-pandemic, DOST-PCAAARRD will continue to pursue a sustained dynamic leadership in science and technology innovation in the AANR sector by providing strategic leadership in promoting S&T as a platform for technology innovation and environment resiliency. As such, GALING-PCAAARRD will remain PCAARRD's flagship program to address the needs of the country in food security, production, livelihood, and distribution through science-based solutions. The new GALING-PCAARRD will carry out more initiatives to alleviate rural and industry development concerns of the country. Consistent with the Harmonized National Research and Development Agenda, or HNRDA, for AANR, the PCAARRD Industry Strategic S&T Program, or ISP roadmaps, shall support Agriculture 4.0 and harness opportunities from the use of technological innovations like the IoT, cloud computing, AI, big data analysis, and others. GALING-PCAARRD will also involve further strengthening of technology transfer programs to enhance the National Agri-Aqua Innovation System, development of inclusive value chains to empower farmers and fisher folks to become entrepreneurs, science-informed policies for accelerated AANR development, and digital inclusion support so the less capable smallholder farmers and fisher folks can cope up with the information revolution in the digital space. GALING-PCAARRD will continue its human resource development programs to ensure that scientists, researchers, and other stakeholders of the AANR sector can implement innovative and effective research for development activities across the country. The Council will also continue to strengthen the institutional R&D capability of PCAARRD NARDEN member agencies in terms of facilities development and the use of frontier technologies towards attaining Agriculture 4.0 readiness. One of PCAARRD's major initiatives for human and institutional development is the Graduate Research and Education Assistantship for Technology, or GRATE program. This is an innovative assistantship program to help high-performing student researchers complete their graduate study program. The new program will offer a PhD by research track to provide more flexible opportunities for active members of the NARDEN. From the traditional production and dissemination of technology and information, PCAARRD embarks on modern communication platforms such as the e-library, and social media, virtual exhibitions, and other complementary platforms. In line with this, PCAARRD will also launch other innovative science communication campaigns via social media to feature the outputs of various S&T programs funded by PCAARRD. The Council also plans to add a virtual farms and industry encounters through the Science and Technology Agenda, or V-Fiesta, to its technology promotion and commercialization modalities. Also, part of this is PCAARRD's mainstreaming knowledge management program, which has organized available tacit and explicit knowledge within the AANR network to facilitate sharing and innovation among PCAARRD and its partners in the 15 regional consortia. Ramping up the GALING-PCAARRD program intensifies DOST-PCAARRD's commitment to better address the needs of the AANR sector. So together, let's all achieve Galing in the AANR towards national development.
Before we conclude our event, we would like to share with you, our partners and viewers, our anticipation for the year 2022 as we celebrate the 50th year since the establishment of the Philippine Council for Agricultural Research, or PCAARRD. Let's watch this. As we approach the end of today's program, let's hear from the Deputy Executive Director for Administration, Management and Support Services. Let's welcome Dr. Melvin B. Carlos.
A pleasant morning to everyone, and warmest congratulations to all our awardees and winners in this year's S&T Awards and recognition. Heartfelt congratulations are also in order for the impressive accomplishments of our R&D partner institutions in 2021. Indeed, today's presentations are a manifestation that we can all overcome challenges and difficulties, even in the midst of a pandemic, as long as we continue to persevere, innovate, and work together to attain our common goals. It's been almost 2 years since the pandemic hit us, which prompted PCAARRD to launch its GALING-PCAARRD contra COVID-19 program. Through our collective efforts in this initiative, we have managed to mobilize S&T-based solutions to address the many disruptions that have adversely affected our stakeholders in the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resource sectors. As the Council moves forward to ramp up GALING-PCAARRD and expand beyond the COVID-19 pandemic, we are confident that with our continued partnership in R&D and S&T support initiatives, we can ensure greater resiliency of the AANR sector. With the strong support of DOST and more local, regional, international collaborations ahead, we also look forward to seeing more partner institutions, researchers, extension and technology transfer, as well as media practitioners in our various S&T award categories for conferment in 2022. We will keep you posted on the changes and other updates on the guidelines of our awards, particularly for Pantas, Tanglao, and Best R&D Papers. To further raise the competition and excitement next year, PCAARRD conceptualized a new major award, which we hope to get approved and launched soon for conferment also in 2022. At this point, I wish to express PCAARRD's most sincere appreciation to Secretary De La Peña and Undersecretary Guevara for their continued support, our external evaluators and judges for helping us in the difficult process of selecting this year's winners, and of course, to all the PCAARRD officials and staff for making this another productive and memorable year. Before I end, I'd like to remind and invite everyone to PCAARRD's 50th founding anniversary celebration in November 2022. Please watch out as we announce more details about the Golden Year celebration activities in the coming months. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and let us all have a safe and great day ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Carlos. So participants tuned in today will receive a certificate of participation by accomplishing the Customer Satisfaction Feedback or CSF form. The link is shown on your screen in the comment section in this Facebook Live. So ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for joining us and keep safe.